Wow. It's been a while since I've sat in front of a camera, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get, you know, a ton of footage and stuff from check-in and traditions and our first couple days here and just everything. It was insane. Like, I can't even tell you how crazy it was. I'm gonna try my best to just kind of talk about it, discuss it a little bit, but yeah, so I am sitting here on the floor in my room, my apartment. I have 5 other girls living with me, and yeah, so they're not home right now. I figured I'd take advantage of being home alone so that I could film a video without disturbing anyone or anything like that, just to kind of fill you guys in, could just do an update video because there's a lot that I need to talk about because there's a lot that's happened. So just backing up a little bit. I also want to apologize. I think I might be getting a little bit sick or something. I'm super stuffy and my throat's a little weird, so just bear with me through the video. So yeah, sorry about that. It's apartment life, what can I say? So I arrived, sorry, I'm looking at like my calendar on my phone because I can't remember days and time. It just, everything blends together, it's crazy. So August 27th I left Vermont and I drove down with Troy to Florida in 24 hours. We left at like 10:30, 11 p.m. and we got to Florida on Friday the 28th at 11 p.m. So we finally checked in our hotel. We were dead, we were tired. I wouldn't suggest driving 24 hours straight. I'm glad we did it just to say that we did it. It was like an accomplishment for sure, but it just wasn't, I don't know. I mean, it was fine, like we didn't have any problems or anything like that, but we were tired. I mean, we took shifts like sleeping and not sleeping and stuff, but it was a lot of driving. There's a point in like in the south where you get on Interstate 95 and you drive for like 700 miles on one road, and it was like, oh, okay, 700 miles. You know how long that is? That's insane. So that was like towards the end of our trip, and so we were just like zombies by then. So we definitely had to take like shifts, like really short shifts, like on and off driving so that we could stay alert and stay awake and obviously stay safe. So we made it safely and clocked into our hotel, and just we were out. We were so tired that night. We just slept so well. The next morning we slept in on Saturday, and then we actually went mini golfing. It was really fun. We went to Winter Summerland. If you're following me on Instagram, you did see that I posted about that. And so again, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I have my link down below. I'm posting a lot about like my adventure here. It's definitely more up to date than sitting down and filming a video or vlogging, because I seem to be really bad at that. So okay. And then on Sunday, we just kind of like hung out. So actually, Saturday night, we had dinner at 1900 Park Fair, which was really fun, and so good. And then Sunday, we had breakfast at Chef Mickey's and hung out with the resorts, like toured them, did like that kind of stuff, like downtown Disney. And then I actually had dinner with my stepdad that night, so that was really fun. And then we got to bed really early because the next morning was check-in day. Now, check-in day, I can't even tell. I was nervous. I was excited. But it was just a really weird feeling. It was so weird. So, I don't know. Like, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So, that sounds really bad, but it's true. So, you check in at Vista Way. So, I checked it. So, we drove to Vista Way, checked in, or like got in line. So, yeah, like, they tell you to park like over here. There was like hardly any parking, but we found parking. And then, had to walk over to the big line that was forming. Now, I was told that you cannot like go into Vista Way until your check-in time on the dot. So we were waiting in Walgreens until 7:30 on the dot, or 7, I don't remember which one it was. But like when we got there, there's already a huge line, so I'm sure you can get in a little bit earlier than that. But anyway, so I parked. I actually saw one of my roommates when I was like driving. She was like walking and I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of them. So that was really cool. And then she was like, oh, go behind me in line. So we parked, got out. Troy went over to like the friends and family. They have like a little tent thing set up for them, tent area set up so that they can go hang out while we wait in line for check-in. So I did that, met with her, and then met my other roommates throughout the way. And that was really cool. You walk through this like room, you get your program guide, which is so exciting. They write your name on a little sticky note, and like it's like a little name tag. And you walk into, like, you walk in and out of like so many rooms, and it was crazy. And there's like a station where one of the first things you do is you find out where you're going to be working. So I found out that I'm going to be working, or that I am currently working, at Disney's Hollywood Studios Left Block Merchandise. Now you're probably thinking what I thought when I first saw that was, what the heck is Left Block? Like, what does that even mean? Basically, Left Block is Mickey's of Hollywood Keystone, which is they're like right there on Hollywood Boulevard on the left side. There's also 2 hub carts up by the stage, like where the hat used to be, on either side of the stage. And then there's also Movie Land, which is another little like merchandise location towards the front of the park near guest relations. And then there's the cart that's outside of the park right before you get to the turnstiles, and that's another one of our carts in Left Block merchandise. So after we got our assignments, we continued in line, and we got up to the part where they called our names, and we went up there, and they looked us up and told us where we'd be living. So we ended up getting all together. All 6 of us were together, which is awesome. However, we were placed in a 2-bedroom at Chatham Square. So that means there is 3 people per room. That's not what we wanted. We definitely wanted double occupancy, which is 2 per room, so 3 bedrooms. But we didn't get that. So that was kind of unfortunate. We all really get along well, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it was, we were like, oh, so excited that we're together. Then we were like, oh, wait. That's not what we really wanted, but it's okay. At least we're together, which is really good. And it's like, the building itself is like pretty nice. I mean, it's kind of old. You can tell it's been lived in and everything. You know, it's not like brand new or anything. So there's some, you know, wear and tear here and there, but overall it's a nice apartment. Not a big deal at all. So anyway, back to check-in day. I will do more about the apartment. I'll probably do like a apartment tour when we have our inspections, because it has to be like super clean and neat and everything, so I'll take advantage of that and do an apartment tour during then. So anyway, so after that we just kind of, I don't know, we had to sign stuff. Oh, we had to get in line. There was like a little thing, it's like, it was literally like you're like snaking like in and out of these things. So one station was for your photo IDs, and I was actually wearing my cross necklace, and I was actually told to take it off for my picture. So you have to be in Disney look from the neck up, or from really the waist up, because you need your shoulders covered as well. So I was wearing like a t-shirt, and then like I had a necklace on. They made me take it off for the photo, which was fine. So I did that. I didn't have any earrings on, so I don't know if they would allow you to wear earrings or not, but just to be on the safe side, just don't wear any jewelry or anything like that. And then we got our, no, what did we do? I don't even remember. I think we had to sign like something like a confidentiality form or something, and then we went through, picked up our IDs because they just like printed, and it looks something like this. So it just kind of has like the housing that you're in, and then a photo here, and then like your name and date of checkout and barcode and everything. I don't really want to show all that, but so it just kind of looks a little bit like that. So then you get to go into like this outside area where you just kind of get funneled into this little place, and like part of you go with one group, and then so they kind of talk to you just about different things. I don't even remember, like, it was so hot that day, it was crazy. I do know that like they kind of like pulled people aside that needed to like change their hair color or anything, if there was like if they were different colors, or like it wasn't like a natural color. So I know they did that there, and then also they kind of set us down. We learned about like the education opportunities that they have here, like the different networking opportunities available, and then we learned our casting time. So that day, or even the next day I think, you have like a casting time where you have to go to the casting building and you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork and stuff, and I'll talk about that after. But you learn what time our casting is, and ours was super early. Ours was at 9:30, so we're like, yeah, we'll get it done and everything. And I was really happy because I had to drive Troy back to the airport, so I was like, and his flight was that afternoon, so I was like, oh gosh, I really hope I have like a early training, or early casting, so I can get out and get to the airport. So yes, we did, and we had a lot of time in between. We had like an hour or two between when we were done with check-in and then casting. We had to be on the bus for casting, so we went over to like the family thing. I hung out with Troy a little bit and met my other roommates' parents, and that was really cool. And then we just kind of said bye to them again. Troy took my car, he went around at Chick-fil-A, Walgreens, that kind of stuff, and we went to casting. So we got on the bus for casting at 9:30, like a little bit before that because it would leave at 9:30, so we did that, and then it was really cool. So the lady that, like the cast member that was doing like kind of like not really a tour guide, but she was just like talking to us or whatever, she was really cool. She was really funny, she made a lot of good jokes and everything, so that was good. And then we finally got to casting, and we waited, we saw like the magical doors with the little Alice in Wonderland door handles and the beautiful gold statues, like the things in that big round room. So cool, so magical. I was so excited. So we actually all got to be at the same time, so it was awesome. One of my roommates actually did hers earlier in the day, so it was just 5 of us, but it was still really, really fun to be all together. So then they took like 20 at a time or something like that. I don't really know. So we were towards the end of the line, so we had to wait a long time, but we were talking to some really awesome cast members, which was really cool. And then we were able to go into casting, and honestly, this place was just a blur. Like, there were so many rooms. You just kind of keep walking. And one thing is good is that you get your like training schedule for like the first couple days, and I learned that my first day wasn't going to be, or well, you get your traditions time during check-in. I probably should have talked about this earlier. I'm all over the place. So traditions, there's a couple different times. Our hours, actually, we all had it on the same day, I'm pretty sure, was September 3rd. So it was that Thursday, it was Monday, it was that Thursday. And it was at 8 o'clock in the morning, so some people got theirs in the evening, or like not evening, but like in the afternoon, and some people got there in the morning. So ours was in the morning. And so we learned like the exact time and stuff at casting, actually, and then we also learned our training schedule for like the first couple days. So I learned that my first day of training was going to be the 6th, so it was Sunday. So I had like a good amount of time of nothing, basically, which was kind of cool, but it was good to like kind of get things settled and everything. We go through casting, get your fingerprints done, fill out paperwork, ask people questions like, you know, what shoes you need to get and that kind of stuff. They're really, really helpful. Everyone's super helpful. And then like if they don't know, they'll just ask someone and they'll get it for you. Most of the time, they're going to be like, you're going to learn more about it when you're training and that kind of stuff, so, and you do, honestly. So then, casting usually takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours to be safe, and so we were done by like 11. So we were able to go back to our apartment. Waiting for the bus took the longest amount of time because we had to take a bus over, obviously, so we were just like waiting there forever. But finally a bus did come and we were able to get on it, go back to Vista, where I met Troy there, and then he brought me over to Chatham, where we finally unpacked. So we unloaded the car and brought everything up. And that was really sweaty, but it was fun. It was good. It was like a crazy day. And then right around 12-ish or 1 maybe, I had to bring Troy to the airport. It was really sad. So that was really hard, especially because I don't know, it was just weird. Like, it was hard like having him leave, but then like getting in the car afterwards and realizing that like I'm alone, like this is it, like I'm on my own, like I'm actually doing this, I'm actually in Disney, I'm gonna be working here. That just terrified me, and it was just like it was just really emotional and stuff, so it was really difficult. So I definitely didn't want to like vlog or anything during that time. And it was just really hard. So, but I'm really excited, and I was excited. I was just terrified too. So I was like super nervous, and I also, you know, I was sad. I'm gonna miss, you know, Troy and everything, my boyfriend. So, yeah. So that was kind of sad. But then anyway, so I came back here, and so we just came back here and hung out. And then the next day was Tuesday, which we only just had a housing meeting that day, and like the afternoon. Some people had it in the morning. Ours was in the afternoon. But it doesn't go by like roommates, which is really weird because like some of our roommates were in the morning and some were in the afternoon. I don't know, but so mine was in the afternoon, and so we went over there. It was at the Commons, which is another complex, and we just learned all about rules of housing and just that kind of stuff. It wasn't that exciting, honestly. It kind of put me to sleep a little bit. It was good information. They gave you a lot of information. There was like, especially like events and stuff, you got like an event calendar, and just, it was cool. It was just very like, whoa, all this like boring rules, but yeah, it was okay. So then Wednesday, there was like nothing going on. I don't remember what I did Wednesday. I know, because Monday after that I went to the grocery store and got groceries. Tuesday, I'm pretty sure I went to Downtown Disney, but I could be wrong by myself. But I don't remember. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. No, I think Wednesday we just kind of like hung out as a group. I don't really know. But anyway, Thursday came, and Thursday was tradition. So Thursday is the big day everyone looks forward to, everyone's terrified of, everyone doesn't know what to wear for it. So, traditions. I wore a black pencil skirt. It wasn't like super tight or anything. That's one of the big things, that they don't want it to be super tight or, you know, super sloppy, that kind of stuff. So mine, it was just like a decent pencil skirt, and it was long. It kind of went down very close to my knees. They definitely don't want anything too short. I think about 3 inches above the knee is like the perfect length. And then I had like just a white, like a wide strap tank top on. They say 3 fingers, however, I just had it so it goes to the end of my shoulders, and that was okay. I brought a sweater just in case, never ended up needing it. I wore closed-toed shoes, I wore black flats, and that was basically it. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Don't put too much makeup on, don't make your hair all crazy. I think I wore my hair down. It was just like normal. I think I pinned it back a little bit, but it was just, make sure it's just like a conservative, you know, business type look, and you'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. I only saw one person get pulled out of line, and that was just a man. He had to shave because he had a little bit of scruff going on, and it wasn't like, and I had other people in my line, other guys in my line who had facial hair, but it was like all the same length, and it was just even across his face. Apparently this other one had like random patches on it, and that's what he needed to shave. So if you have any questions, they do have a Disney like lookbook kind of look guide that they do give you at casting, so you should be able to, you'd be fine. So we got there at Disney University where Traditions is held, and that was really cool. So we got there off the bus and went right in, and they kind of call you by number, so you're kind of like lumped by group, by section, and that's the people that you're with. So I didn't really know anyone that I was in the same group with, so that was cool. I got to meet new people, and you go in and like sit at a table, you sign in, and you sit at a table, and the magic begins. No, not really. So the first like, I don't even know, it felt like 5 hours, but it was probably only like an hour or 2, was just legal stuff, and it was boring and stuff. Actually, back up. The first part was awesome. It was like trivia, and they were funny and singing, and it was awesome. Like our leaders. So we had like 2 leaders for the class, and they were just awesome. So they were really funny. But after the introductions kind of stopped, we got into like a lot of like the legal stuff, and it was just like really boring. But after that, it got better. We learned about, you know, creating happiness, and how, you know, we as cast members are here. There's like a really big plane going by apparently. We as cast members are here to create happiness for our guests. I don't want to talk too much about it because I do want it to be a surprise for you, but I do just want to let you know. And we do get like a paper and everything, and like a little booklet, which is really cool. And then and they just kind of talk about the 4 keys, which are safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency. So you will learn about those many times throughout your training here, and it's just, it was really cool. And we also did, of course, get to do a little something. We got to take a little field trip, which was really awesome, and see the 4 keys in action. I don't really want to go into too much detail, of course, but it was really awesome. And then also, a special guest delivered our name tags, which was really awesome. So these bad boys here, yay! So this I got in training, like on my location, but it was delivered to me like this, and it said Colby Thorpe College, because that was the college I graduated from, excuse me, even though no one knows where that is. It was just so much, it was a magical moment. It really was. It was so cool. I'll never forget it. But then, oh, and we also got our blue IDs. So our blue IDs actually allow us to get into the parks. So this one is just basically, I'm just going to cover up my partner number here. It just kind of says you're a cast member and that you can get in for free, which is really, really awesome. And this is what you use for your discounts and everything like that as well. So it's like official. It's pretty awesome. We also got like little Mickey ear hats. It was magical. I also posted a little bit about that on Instagram as well, so go ahead and follow me there if you want to see those. There's so much to talk about. So now we can get into training. So like I said, my first day of training was September 6th, and that was actually taking place at Disney University again. So this was just welcome to operations, and honestly, all we did was like learn about like the basics, and a lot of what we did in traditions we learned about again in welcome to operations. So it was a bit of a repetitive class, but it was good. We had a lot of new information and a lot of good examples, and it was really magical just being, you know, with those people and everything, and you're gonna make magic together, which was awesome. It was really, really cool. And then we went into like a merchandise, like welcome to merchandise class. So basically that just talked about you know, this is what merchandise is, this is what the role is going to be like, and we talked about the different places where you could be if your role was merchandise, things that you might not assume would be merchandise that are. And we did go to a couple parks. I think we went to, so on Traditions Day, which was Thursday, I'm backing up again, I'm all over the place. We went to Magic Kingdom, and then we went to Hollywood Studios to watch the Frozen fireworks, which was awesome. I love that. They did discontinue it as of this past Monday, so the Frozen Summer Fun is now officially over, which you may or may not be happy about that. I don't really know. Anyway, so we went there but the fireworks were amazing. So I have to say that was just, those are incredible. Then so going back to like actual training, my first day at Hollywood Studios was on Monday the 7th, and that we met in the costuming department. So that was cool. I got a little lost. Parking is super easy unless they tell you to go like out back around the park. That's crazy. So anyway, I ended up coming back around and like having to go park in regular parking and everything, and it was fine, but it was just stressful. But anyway, so I go into the costuming department and meet your trainer who's going to be training you that day, and they get you your costume and everything, try it on. The costuming is crazy. So the sizes, first of all, are crazy, and second of all, they're just not consistent. So you could be one size in this thing but completely different size in this thing, and it could be the same shirt. You don't know. It's just crazy. So we got our costumes and started touring. So there were 3 of us actually with our trainer, and he was awesome. He was really cool. He like showed us around. He said today was just gonna be a relaxed day of just learning about the park, learning about backstage, all that kind of stuff, and it was really, really cool. So we're in our costumes. So we were in our polka dot, or our, I don't know, strawberry costumes, I think. I don't know. It's for when we're in Mickey's of Hollywood and Keystone. So that was our costume for that. So we walked around that day, just got to see a lot of the Frozen Summer Fun stuff before it ended, because that was the last day for it, and it was really fun. It was awesome. It was a lot of walking, but it was really cool. The next day I was back at Disney University for Merchantainment, which was a class dedicated to learning how to basically get familiar with the system that they use for cash registers. So that was cool. They had like a lab set up there where you could like, you know, just practice ringing on registers and everything, and it was like a really structured class, which was nice, and you learned a ton about what you can accept, what you can't accept, and all that kind of stuff. So it was really cool. So they really do walk you through it step by step and make sure that you're not like, what the heck is going on. And then the next day after that, which was yesterday, we actually went back to Hollywood Studios and had our first day of training on the registers. So along with that, we kind of learned more about like what's going on in the back room a little bit more, and also how to, like, you know, we did like the morning wave, which was amazing. It was so cool, it was so much fun, and just kind of that kind of stuff. So that day was really awesome as well. I learned a lot more that day than I did the day previous, even though I needed the previous day in order to do the second day, if that makes sense. Just because, like, you learn a lot of, like, you know, the processes the first day at Merchantainment, at your class at DU, but then you put it into practice when you're actually on the job working and everything. So that was really cool, and I got to interact with a lot of guests, which was awesome, and it was just a really, like, fun, high energy day. It was really cool. So then that brings us to today. So today, finally did my On With The Show, which is basically a tour guide, like a tour of the park. So every park or location that you're at has one of these. So it doesn't matter what role you have, whether it's like merchandise, attractions, custodial, anything like that, you will get like a tour of that area. So ours is called On With The Show. I know like Magic Kingdoms is like Once Upon a Time Is Now or something, so it's really cute and it's awesome. Like today I had really good tour guides too, so that makes it really, really good. So today we were just in our business casual. We didn't have to dress in our costumes or anything, but we went to Hollywood Studios and just toured the park. Like, guess we actually got to ride a ride. I'm not going to say which one, but it was really, really fun. Wasn't the one I wanted to ride, but that's okay. It was still awesome. And we just got to like experience, you know, see where everything is, like learn a little bit of a history and the backstories of a couple things. And that was really exciting because I love Disney history anyway, and especially a park that I'm going to be working in. Like, that's really, really cool. So that brings us to now. Okay, maybe just like an overall reflection, I guess. So just to reflect back on this whole process, it was crazy. Like the first couple days especially were really hard. I think it was because we just didn't have personally, because other people had different schedules than I did, but personally I just didn't have a lot to do, a lot of distractions or anything, so I was left alone to think, and that was really challenging because you know, it's hard because you think about being sad and that's not good. So that was really difficult for the first couple days. After that, I started like really getting along with my roommates and bonding, and we did stuff and we're, you know, had to go to work, and it was a lot of like distractions and stuff, though that made it so much better. Like now I'm in a much better place than I was, and I think that's just common. I really think that happens with, you know, everything. So if you are feeling sad or whatever, and it's like your first couple days or even like your first week, don't worry, like just really focus on the positive, like why you're here. You know, there is a reason why you're here, and it might be different than mine. It might, you know, it might be the same, but everyone has their own Disney story, which we learned, and that is awesome. So I'm creating my Disney story now, and it's really, really fun and exciting so far, so I can't wait to continue it. I think I'm still kind of I don't even know if I'm in the introduction. I don't even think I've finished the introduction yet of my story. I'm still like in the beginning, but it's exciting. I'm so excited to start the rest of, you know, training and to get these ears. I have to get earning my ears off, and so that way I can be officially like a cast member. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It's just weird, like, that we're not on vacation anymore. I think that's the weirdest part. Like, you know, when you get here and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just here for a couple days, and then it's not a couple days. It's like, it's the weirdest thing. Like, you don't have to leave. Like, we were in, I think it was Magic Kingdom, and I was like, guys, I was like, this is our home. Like, we don't have to leave. Like, we just go back. Like, we live literally 10 minutes away from Magic Kingdom. Maybe more like 20. But like, we're so close. This is crazy. Like, you can just go whenever you want to. Like, you don't have to leave. Every day, like the first day I had my training at Hollywood Studios and I put my costume on, we walked out on stage, which is just basically a term for like in the park. I was like, I'm in Disney World, and I get to pay to be here. Like, I get paid to make these memories for these people. It was crazy. Like, I was like, this is the best thing ever. It was really cool. So anyway, this video is so long and I'm so sorry about it. It was just, there's so much was going on. So I'm gonna try to like upload something. I really didn't get any footage at all from anything as far as like vlogging goes. I'm gonna try to do that better. I have a couple days off coming up here, and next week I only have 1 day off, but it's whatever. But I have tomorrow and I have Saturday off, and we have some good plans to go to the parks, so I'm hoping that I can just pull my camera out and at least get some footage for you guys, so that would be cool, and I could do like a weekly or bi-weekly upload or something. So that would be really, really cool. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. I think it was helpful for me, especially in the future, to be like, I guess I remember, but I don't really remember what happened, so I can look at this, and that's really cool. So it's like a video diary. I wish I had like in the moment footage from like, vlogging and stuff, but it's okay. Anyway, I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm here. Like, I still can't. Also, we get to trade pins at my location. So I'm at merchandise and I got these pins I can trade. I'm so excited. So as you know, if you are a pin trader, customers get pins and they have to trade with you. So I get to wear these pins and trade with little munchkins and also big munchkins if they want to pin trade as well. You'd be surprised how many adult women are crazy pin traders and they're like, I'm looking for this, and you're like, I don't know where it is, I've never seen it before. It happens. Also, I didn't even mention this, my mom came up to visit me over the weekend, and so she went out with me to get some shoes, and for my location they just had to be black and obviously heel and cover toe, but they had to be like nice little shoes or whatever, so I got these from Aerosols. They're decently expensive, but they are pretty comfortable. I'm really happy with them. However, I did find out at my location that I have 3 costumes basically, and 2 of the costumes I need to wear sneakers with. Luckily, I don't have to wear them very often because I'm mostly going to be my polka dots, which I can wear with these shoes. But I do have to get sneakers at some point, so that's going to be fun. Not looking forward to that. But anyway, they do have to be black, like plain black or whatever. But of course, that depends on your location and your role, because I know like front entrance to operations, they have to wear white sneakers, I'm pretty sure. At least at Hollywood Studios. So, I don't know. You'll check. Your leader will tell you, or your leaders will tell you. And that was another thing, like I met so many people, like coordinators and leaders and everything from my location. It's overwhelming, but they were all super nice and super helpful and everything, and they were all, you know, don't stress about anything, just, you know, like we'll help you and that kind of stuff. So that made me feel better. But yeah, so it's gonna be an experience. I'm so excited for it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please let me know. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video, try to get it up, and hang out a little bit. It's pretty nice. I haven't had like an afternoon off in a long time, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Hopefully we can go to a park or something a little later. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!